You're watching the Batter Fans Network.
Welcome, everybody, to episode number 48 of the Batter Heat Fans Podcast. I am your host, Daniel Granat, and alongside me, as always, Mr. Daniel Solana. How are you doing, sir?
I'm pissed. I'm absolutely pissed. I can't explain I can't begin to explain to you why I'm pissed. I'm pissed for many reasons after last night's game. We'll get into them shortly.
Well, it's cold outside, so that's cool.
It is.
It's like 38 degrees outside, so that's cool. And it got cold in the fourth quarter for the Miami Heat. They shot, I think it was 7 for 22 in the fourth quarter. I felt like they were dominating that game. Basically, the first three quarters, they were up by, I think it was 10 or 11 in the first quarter, 10 in the second. After the third, they're still up 10. And then they completely pooped the bed in the fourth quarter. I think there's a few reasons we can go over. I'm going to go to one that maybe it's not the most obvious. I think a lot of people are pointing at Tyler Hero and how people pick on him, especially Boston defensively. Khalil Ware getting benched, I think it's wild the way Eric Spoelstra has been coaching this kid. Because I don't like Fontecchio still getting minutes. Like, how could you hold Khalil Ware accountable as much as you do, but still throw Fontecchio out there?
Well, because it was because of the matchups last night. Unfortunately, there wasn't any good matchups
for
Khalil Ware. Absolutely.
In the second half, not even a second, in the fourth quarter, it felt like they were just getting offensive rebound after offensive rebound. They had like 30 second point chances. I think that he had like 7, if I can remember correctly. Khalil Ware, he was tied for the lead in offensive rebounds this game, and he only played 9 minutes. Like, if you're getting killed on the glass, and that's why they're like Anthony Simons had a great fourth quarter. If you didn't watch the game, the guy, he looked like Kobe Bryant last night. He had a great fourth quarter, but a lot of those came off of misses and then second chances. Like, he'd miss and then he'd get a second chance at it. Khalil Ware has been the reason that we've been rebounding better over the last 2 months. And man, I get it. I get Spo is trying to like do like a fatherly lesson or some crap. I don't know, but at some point, like, all right, we're bleeding right now. Stop the bleeding.
Yeah, but Spo was adamant yesterday in his post-game press conference when he said that Khalil Ware needs to get back to where he was 7 to 8 weeks ago. Unfortunately, he hasn't looked the same since he had that beautiful run of about like 5, 6, 7 games where he was just unstoppable. And Spo says he's not performing. So, I mean, this is on Khalil Ware. There's only one person that can get Khalil Ware on the floor, and that's him. He needs to show at practice. He needs to show during the games. And there was a lot of conversation regarding Khalil Ware after the game because he got benched in the second half. I know Bam had some words, and he basically echoed what Spo said, that he needs to stay ready. He needs to, put good practices together back to back, and then he's going to earn his minutes because there's no way that you're just going to play without earning your minutes on the Miami Heat roster.
What I think was really telling in that post game, because I usually don't watch post games, but I was interested in this one, so I started watching it. And Spo said that, I'm paraphrasing here, but essentially, you can't play bad on purpose just to prove a point. Like, if you want me to play better, play me more minutes. Like, that's huge. Like, you're basically saying, like, this kid is very immature and he's just being a little he's throwing a temper tantrum. Like, he's being a brat. And because I'm not playing him, he's not giving full effort. Like, that's a huge thing to say, especially publicly. I don't know, man. I get what you're saying, and I get the philosophy behind trying to get this kid to, I don't know, mature, I guess you want to say. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm liking the way this is going, because this isn't going. It doesn't look like it's going to work out, because I don't see Khalil Ware responding continuously to this. It happened there after the summer league. It happened after Udonis Haslam text message. But I don't know if you can keep igniting that fire and then it comes back out and then you got to ignite it again. Like, he's not that guy.
I mean, you're bringing me to point number 1 of why I'm pissed, Danny, and that's because why the hell did the Heat not trade for Kevin Durant when this guy just wasn't ready? I mean, we've seen him be an absolute world beater. We've seen him stink the bed up. Last night it was a little half, but if you notice, he just starts shooting threes. He was 1 for 4 on threes, and that's not what you need from your big man. You need your big man underneath the brim. You need your big man to get easy buckets. And I'm pissed off because why did we not get Kevin Durant if we're not going to play Khalil Ware?
And look, and I've been tooting that horn since last summer, and then I was like, okay, maybe I was wrong when he was putting up those like 20 rebound games consecutively. I was like, okay, maybe we do got something here. But if this is his person, you knew they were with him for over a year at that point. You knew what he was like. If you knew that you had to keep lighting that fire, like you had Kevin Durant, a Hall of Famer, which is hitting game winners with Houston right now. Like he is a guaranteed bucket. He's a good veteran, a good teammate. Everybody loves playing with him. Like that's the guy you need on this team. And I mean, I guess it's pointless to keep talking about him because that's not happening anymore. But this Khalil Ware is driving me crazy. This Khalil Ware thing. But yeah, all right. But back to the outside of Khalil Ware, they still had a 10-point lead without Khalil Ware after the third quarter, and then in the fourth quarter, the Celtics. Well, Anthony Simons goes completely out of his mind, and then they start targeting Tyler Hero defensively. So, what do you got to say to your boy Tyler? Because I know that's you're ready to see him go. I thought he had a good offensive game in the first half, but in the second half, obviously not as much. He missed a bunny there in the paint late in the game. There were two back to backs. I might texted you. I was like, man, Hero and Bam missing back to back close shots in the paint with a chance to take it down from 6 to like 2, I believe, late in the fourth quarter. I think that was kind of like the nail in the coffin for this game.
Absolutely. But I also want to mention the fact that I believe at least one of those, there was a foul. I believe on the Bam Adebayo one, there was a foul. And the referees just swallowed their whistle towards the end of the game and didn't start calling fouls. I mean, the Heat were in the penalty in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes left to go in the game. I believe they only got to the free throw line 2 times after that.
Yeah. No, and Tyler Hero didn't. I don't think he took a free throw yesterday. Yeah, Tyler Hero 0 for 0. Yeah, no free throws for Tyler Hero. That's the thing, man. He's a great scorer, but man, you got to get to the line, especially in situations like that late in the fourth quarter when you're in the penalty. You got to get to the line.
Yeah, that's what Jaylen Brown does. I mean, Jaylen Brown didn't have the greatest night. He was 9 for 24 overall, 2 for 7 from 3, but he was 7 for 7 from the free throw line, and that makes a big difference.
Jackie Jonas, I thought, played decent in the fourth quarter. He was hitting some big shots. He had 27 minutes, by far the most out of the second unit. But although he played well, I think that this team wins this game if Jaime's playing, because he was taking Jaime's minutes closing. Jaime, he gets into the paint. He finds those open shooters. And I think that we missed Jaime a lot yesterday. And I think with Jaime, we would have won this game, even though I don't want to take away anything from Casper because he had himself a game also 12 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. But Jaime, I mean, this team plays so much better when Jaime's out there.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, the team runs as Jaime Jaquez, does in that game. If he has a great game, usually the Heat have a great game. If he doesn't have a good game or he doesn't play, the Heat struggle. And he is the engine of that second unit and the man responsible for closing the games with the other 4 starters. And last night we missed him terribly. We missed his defense. We missed his offense. We missed his playmaking. And I mean, it was clear that when the second unit was out there, they didn't know kind of what was going on. And until the fourth quarter, when Casper kind of woke up, and he had a great game overall because he had a lot of assists in that first half, and in the third quarter, I believe he had 7 assists through the first 3 quarters. But he turned on his scoring in the fourth quarter when they needed some sort of playmaking in the end of the game. And, he did his work. It was the rest of the team that unfortunately couldn't get the job done to beat the Boston Celtics. And look, the Heat should have won last night. Let's be real. Anthony Simons is an absolute joke. I mean, this guy, who is this guy, man? Scoring 39 points? Come on, dude. Come on. You can't let some bench player score 39 points. 7 for 16.
He was decent in Portland.
Yeah, man, but he's a volume shooter. It's not like he's gonna put up 10 shots and have 25 points because he's gonna get to the line and shoot and shoot efficient. He didn't shoot that efficiently last night. He was 13 for 28. That's less than 50%.
Yeah, so but he kept getting those second chances because Khalil Ware wasn't on the court.
Nah, I don't think it was Khalil. I don't think it was the fact that Khalil Ware was on there. But I do say this though. I kind of wish at one point Spo would have went to Khalil Ware instead of going to Nikola Jovic. Nikola Jovic was an absolute atrocity last night. He was minus 19 in the plus minus, Danny. That is an absolute atrocity.
It's interesting. I mean, I guess they were staggered, so I guess it makes sense, but it's also telling. There was only one person that was a negative in the starting lineup. It was Tyler Hero. Norman Powell, plus 11. Tyler Hero, negative 11. That's interesting. Exactly the same, but on opposite ends. Plus 11, minus 11.
Got to play defense.
Yeah, man. That's always going to be Tyler Hero's.
Now I know why your son likes Tyler Hero, man. He doesn't like to play defense.
No, my son doesn't like to play defense. My son does not like to play defense.
There you go.
Yeah, man. It was a rough watch, especially because you felt like you blew a winnable game. We're halfway through the season, 41 games in. Officially, this is the middle point of the season, and you are one game over 500, and you're losing games like this where you should win. And you know what the issue is, man? I love that we have three guys that we could say we can go to score, even though Bam really isn't. Andrew Wiggins isn't consistent. But, like, we don't have that one go-to. Like, Jaylen Brown was going to get the ball. Like, every team has that guy. You kind of need that guy. The Knicks have Jalen Brunson. The Lakers have Luka Doncic. Like, you have that one guy. We don't have that guy. So it's almost like who's up next possession. Like, you don't know who's going to go to. And sometimes you could say theoretically that it's a good thing because the defense doesn't know who's going to get it. But at the same time, I don't know. I think it might not be a good thing. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this team anymore. This team is driving me crazy because it's like the lows, like up and downs with the Suns game. And then I was like, oh, shit. And they're going to beat the Celtics. This is a good Celtics team. I thought that this was going to be a good back-to-back win. And, okay, we're riding the ship. But no, then the fourth quarter comes, and then we crumble. Bam. We praise. I mean, you praised him a little more than I did, but you praised Bam last game. I mean,
he had a good game. He had a good game.
He didn't have
22, 4, and 5, plus 13 on the plus minus. He just wasn't clutch in the fourth.
And that's what I was hoping for, because what he did against the Suns, I was like, this is his chance. And I'm not thinking like, this is his chance. I think he missed a three that late shot in the fourth quarter. I was like, fuck, man, this was your chance. Like, dude, like start putting these games together. So yeah, overall statistically he had a good game, but I wanted to see him come up in the clutch. But yeah, it's unfortunate. We're one game over 500. I think we have OKC next, so that will be 500 after tonight probably. I don't know. That's it. Any final words there, Solano?
Yeah, I have a lot of final words today, unfortunately.
Oh, that's right. You told me that you're pissed about a bunch of stuff. All right, go through them.
I am absolutely pissed at the Miami Heat organization, and I'm going to tell you why. There should be no reason, Danny, that I go to Heat games and I have to deal with away teams fans getting absolutely shit-faced in my section and annoying the hell out of me for 48 minutes. I believe the Heat should put at least my section. I think they should do it for multiple sections, but at least section 115 should be an only Miami Heat section. No away teams fans. Take a page out of the LA Clippers book, do a similar wall just like they have, and make a certain number of sections only Miami Heat fans only. The worst thing that you could possibly do is go to an arena, get drunk, and annoy the other team's fans for the entire game, especially when there's a bunch of young kids sitting around you and you're cursing left and right and just being absolutely annoying. I mean, I am I let the season ticket holder representatives know it last night. I let them know that it is absolutely it's terrible. It's terrible to sit there for 48 minutes and have to deal with the BS from some idiot fans from Boston. And it doesn't happen just with Boston. It happens with Indiana. It happens with the New York Knicks. It happens with the Philly 76ers. It happens with all these teams where all of a sudden the teams are playing halfway decent and the fans decide to show up and buy Heat tickets, who sell their tickets, which I'm pissed at Heat fans that sell their tickets. I'm one of them. But I try to go to as many games as possible. With a 4-year-old and another on the way, it's a little tough to get to every single game. But I try to go to as many games as possible. And the games that I go to, I want to sit with my fans. I want to be able to chant "Let's go Heat" with 100 people that sit in my section instead of having to deal with some idiots saying "Let's go Celtics" for 48 minutes of the game. No, absolutely not. I am absolutely pissed at the Miami Heat for doing that.
I bet that fourth quarter must have been annoying as hell too.
If it wasn't for my son, I would have been in jail last night. If it wasn't the fact that I took my son to the game, I would have knocked out that Celtics fan that was sitting behind me.
The Clippers do have like a full, like not just one section, like it's like the whole, like the bottom and top, like it's just like a whole
Yeah, and
thing. Like
if you wear the away team's colors in there,
you're not
they
allowed
kick
in.
us out.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
kick us out,
I
and
mean,
that's how it should be. That's how it should be.
Brooklyn has something similar. It's called the Brooklyn Brigade, and they have a section also. It's not as big as the Clippers though, because the Clippers is literally that side of the arena, like the whole thing. The Brooklyn Nets have a section. It's called the Brooklyn Brigade, and they also do. You can't sit with opposing teams things, but obviously it's a lot smaller than the Clippers because the Nets fan base is a lot smaller. I think that he could do something like that. I think that would be really cool. But the thing is, that we have so many kind of like the Knicks, where it's like so many tourists that come down here and want to just catch a basketball game. I think they find it hard to kind of just shut down a section, but they should. They should. I mean, it's 18,000 seat arena. You could shut down one. How many seats do you think are in your section? A couple hundred, maybe
Yeah,
200.
maybe 250.
Yeah, I mean, you could shut down one section.
But it's not even just shutting it down. I mean, you should literally, even if you're gonna purchase a ticket off of the secondary market, there should be an option where it says, "What team's fan are you?" And if you select the away team's fan, they should automatically say these tickets are not for sale for you. And that's it. And that's how you avoid. And then they have to go buy in another section. Either that or when you get to the games, if you see in the first quarter that there's a shitload of fans from the other team, start moving them to another section or move me. Move me to another section. It might be easier to move me and my guest to another section than have to deal with it. I mean, it was brutal, man. It stinks to have to go to these games and have to deal with them losing, but then having to deal with the away fans just josh you all game, it makes it even worse.
I'm accustomed to being the away fan in most sporting events, so like, but then again, I don't get belligerently drunk and like I'm respectful when I'm in somebody else's home.
Of course.
I usually talk, before the game. I start talking shit with everybody. Usually my team sucks, so like I'm usually making fun of myself, and then we have banter throughout the game, but like it's fun banter.
Correct, and that's okay. But this was not fun. That's what I'm saying.
I
It
get you.
was
No. I've had my incidences also, and let me tell you something. Some Miami fans get kind of drunk, and when they see an opposing jersey, they just start giving you crap just for existing. So I get it both ways.
This is Miami.
All right. Well, anything else that you want to get off your chest?
Nah, that's enough for today. Maybe we'll save something for Sunday.
All right. If you're listening on audio, appreciate you listening to the end. Please leave us 5 stars and a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. And we'll be back, like you said, on Sunday talking about OKC curb stomping us. So until the next one, have a good one.